yonder.
I'm about to sneeze.
Achoo!
We might be live. We might not be live. Get ready for a sneeze. Oh, man.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
2, 1. Ow! Hello.
We are live on YouTube and TikTok.
And the TikTok.
I'm about to sneeze again.
Oh, Lord. Purple elephants. Dream. Dream come true.
Let's see if anybody's on here.
Hello.
Let me get all this started.
How you doing?
Oh, you left on Sunny Eclipse. Sunny Eclipse is echoing.
Oh.
Let me see. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. We are starting up our live stream talking about Disney World on the 4th of July.
4th of July. I can't find us the other way on YouTube.
My nose is running. Let's see. Let me get on there. Okay. My nose is running. All right.
Do you see us the other way?
I don't know. Be all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
We're here. Hello, everybody. We are planning our 4th of July Disney World trip, which will be leaving a week from today. We should be about landing. Actually, we will be landing. Let me look at my schedule.
Which never showed up for me.
It didn't.
Nope.
Weird. Did you check your email? Did you
I
check
did.
your activity? June. Hang on a minute.
Okay. We can figure it out later if we need to.
I just need my nose to quit running.
Do you need to go blow it? Hello. How's everybody tonight? Hi.
Hello.
We're getting ready to talk about our 4th of July trip. So excited. So excited. I can't hear any of these things.
I hear a cat.
I locked them all up.
Oh.
I heard that too. That's why I was like,
Hello, Galactic Gaming. Hello, Abigail. Abigail is back.
Abigail is back. Hi.
We need to hear all about your trip.
Yes.
We actually did stop by the Riviera to look at the... I don't guess we ever
I don't
stopped there.
think so.
To look at the little murals and stuff. And to get a quick...
We need to
Skyliner
have her
trip.
as a
My nose is running bad.
as a guest on our lives one night.
And then I got stung by a bee on the Skyliner. It was bad.
Yes, we are going for the 4th. So excited.
We're leaving next Thursday. And it was a interesting planning event because I really wish out of Greenville, which is our closest airport, they would there's only one direct flight, and it's on Friday and Monday, which the days would actually work good if we wanted to take short weekend trips, but it's at Friday like later afternoon, and it's Monday early morning at like 7 a.m. So, I mean, that's not the end of
It's
the
not
world,
awful.
but I've been gotten to where I like flying in early as we can and then leaving late as we can because we can get a whole day out of it. So I ended up, we're going to fly out of Charlotte. I've been through Charlotte Airport, but I never flew out of Charlotte. So Dawn has to work Thursday, so when she gets off, we're going to go to Charlotte, and our cheapest and most efficient plan is to fly out of there. We'll get to Orlando at like 8:30 or something, yeah. And then we're staying at Port Orleans French Quarter. I'm going to go turn it off.
What?
Sunny Eclipse, because that's all I can hear.
All I hear is a cat outside.
Let me figure out how to get out of here. Or are you going to do it?
I'll go do it.
Okay. My nose just started pouring. because I sneezed. Anyway, we're going to stay at Port Orleans French Quarter. We stayed at Riverside before. I liked Riverside because of all the stuff you can do. The only thing we didn't like Riverside was some of the bus things was kind of sketchy, but I think French Quarter is going to be better because it's only got the one bus stop. It's a lot smaller. They got the beignets. They got the sea serpent pool that Joanna's all wound up about. And we can still take the boat to the Disney Springs and all that. So it should be...
It's going to be
Should
interesting.
be fun. I'm going to blow my nose.
Okay.
I'll be back.
So, can't wait. Cannot wait.
For me to blow my nose?
Yeah, I can't wait for you to blow your nose.
Oh.
Oh, well, I bet it has been crazy. Getting ready for school to start back. Can't wait. That's cool. I want to go in September as well. My birthday is the 18th of September, and I want to go for my birthday. But we'll see. Y'all will have fun, Kayla. You're going to have so much fun. Where y'all going to stay at? Do you know? But yeah, he said we're staying at the French Quarter. I'm excited about that one. I don't know if he told y'all, but I've never stayed there, but like we rode a horse and carriage ride. I think was it Christmas time or Halloween time that we stayed? Halloween. And we did the horse and carriage ride through there, and it was really pretty. But oh, that's not bad. Yeah. We've stayed off-site as well, and then we just drove in every morning, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But that's cool.
It was different staying off-site because you wasn't in that bubble.
Right.
But it was nowhere near as much trouble as I thought it would be. I mean, it was very efficient. It was just
didn't have that Disney feel.
Yeah, like knowing at the end of the night you got to go to the car and you got to drive yourself, back to the hotel and getting a little bit of traffic, which the traffic wasn't that bad. And then
oh, that's not bad. They're doing 2 days Disney, 2 days Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
That'd be good. Yeah. Which Universal parks?
Are you doing are you going to Epic Universe, or are you just going to go to Universal and Islands of Adventure? We did on one of our, I think it was our first trip. We did a Universal day. But again, our first trip is a whole story in itself. You have to go to our YouTube page and watch that video. We told all about it. It was quite interesting, entertaining. Oh, you're not doing, okay. They're not doing Epic this time. I probably don't blame you on that one.
And part of me, when we do our our longer trip in October, I've really thought about putting an Epic day in there, but I think I'm going to wait because my intention at some point is to just buy season passes at Universal as well. But I don't really want to do it until they add Epic to it, which I think will be next year. And then we can, and it's really going to sort of throw a monkey wrench in our normal Disney travels, because then we're going to have to figure out
how to squeeze in
some of that too. So
I'm a big Harry Potter fan too, Kayla. Do you have any kids going with you? Because it's good to take kids, but me and my best friend went for a girls weekend or a girls couple of days, and it was just so cool. We just kind of strolled through Diagon Alley and just people watched, and it was really, really fun. But yeah.
There's just so much stuff to do in Orlando. I still would like to go to SeaWorld.
Me too.
What's the Aquatica, Legoland? There's all kind of stuff we hadn't even scratched the surface of, and I think you can buy the more expensive SeaWorld pass, and it includes like Busch Gardens and all kind of stuff in Tampa, and I don't know what also.
Oh yeah, they'll have fun there. Joanna was a little young to ride a bunch of the stuff at Universal, but those would be good. They will have a good time.
I think I'd like to go. Well, I really hope they just release the season passes
Me
and
too.
it includes Epic first of the year, and we'll probably buy them. But I hadn't been to Universal. You have, when it's been like not 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice.
We went in February and we actually had to wear sweatshirts. It was very nice. But yeah. Anyways, our July trip. Our
That's good. I keep hearing that those passes through Disney are getting harder and harder to get, even for people that really need to have them. So I don't know the process or whatever, but I know a lot of people I see, having a time trying to get them through Disney at least. I don't know how the Universal process works, but that'd be
can't apply till 60 days.
okay. I got you. I didn't really know how that worked,
Yeah.
but we're going for 4th of July. Never been to Disney for 4th of July, so we'll get to see the fireworks. I wish we could get there a teeny bit early on the 3rd, because you can see Magic Kingdom fireworks the 3rd and 4th, and then Epcot has fireworks just on the 4th. So we would do that, but we're not getting there till it'll be right at 9 or something when we get to the resort or a little after, so I don't think there's any way we could make
Is that
it
what
to
time the fireworks start?
9:20.
9:20.
If we went straight from airport to Magic Kingdom, we could probably make it. But then what we're gonna do with we'd have our backpacks from the plane,
That's true.
and technically we could go in with it. But I'm gonna have like a
I was
laptop
gonna say
and all that.
you'll be stopped anyway,
yeah,
so it wouldn't be worth it probably, but it'd be okay because we'll see it on the 4th.
But I've watched previous years on YouTube this week, and it really looks like, I mean, it's not that crowded. I guess it's so hot and all that, that it's not. And I was even looking on like the lightning lanes and all that. There's plenty of availability for dining and lightning lanes and whatever. So
But
I even booked us a Tiana's lightning lane for I think it was Sunday morning or something.
in the morning.
Yep. But I mean, it wasn't I looked at Hollywood Studios. There was plenty of Slinky Dogs. I mean, it was
That's
crazy.
Did we get lightning lanes for the whole trip or just?
We've got Flight of Passage on Friday morning. We're eating at Tiffin's in Animal Kingdom. Never been there. We got a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Friday night. Do what?
They have a 9 a.m. flight in the morning going to Walt Disney World.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So fun. I wish I was going. But we have a week.
With this particular trip, we're going to have like an Epcot morning through early afternoon, and then a Hollywood Studios half day. And I was like, well, we'll waste like an hour and a half. Not waste, but you know what I mean. If we go to Roundup Rodeo, and I was like, I think I'd rather spend it running around and doing stuff. So that's why I didn't book. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. I made a loud noise. But we are doing Tiffin's for lunch at Animal Kingdom. I think we got a Skipper canteen booked on Sunday, maybe. I can't remember.
Friday.
Or Friday. Okay. I really liked that place when we went. It wasn't like over the top expensive, and I liked it was good. And then I booked Lightning Lanes for Sunday, and I got us Tiana's, Pooh, and Haunted Mansion, and I'm sure we'll get a bunch more. But that's also going to be the last day of the riverboat.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we go to it in the morning, and they do like they did Muppet Vision and give out wristbands for like the final ride, and we'll go ahead and get them because our plan that day is to go to Magic Kingdom till 12 or 1 when it gets really, really hot, go back to the hotel for a while and chill out, and then come back in the evening. I think the last riverboat time is, I don't remember, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, whatever. So if we could get if they do the wristbands, and I bet they will.
They probably will.
We could be on the last ride, and we could live stream it or video it or both.
That's true.
And that would be neat.
We need to make sure we do a video of our owner locker this time so that we can.
Yeah. This will be our first. We got the owner locker or the Contemporary a couple of weeks ago, which is a thing you can basically rent, and it stays in Orlando in this warehouse, and you can put your stuff in it. It's like a big
Rubbermaid.
We ended up getting 2 of them because I was like,
Thank God.
yeah. So we put like a fan,
All the essentials.
Yeah, left a few clothes, left some shampoos and soaps and this, that, and the other, and I left my Mickey shoes and whatever in there. So this will be our first trip where they deliver it, to us, and we get it and whatever. But I think it's gonna make it easy because we ended up this particular flight we're taking. I didn't have to pay for like a carry-on or anything. We're just taking backpacks because we don't hardly need anything, and we're good to go. So that'll be nice.
And we have, if we take any like clothes or anything, we've got neck pillows that we can put clothes inside of.
Yeah, and look those things up if you need extra room.
Yes, they're amazing.
I randomly went down a rabbit hole one day of looking up like how can you fit extra stuff on a flight, and I found these neck things. They got them on Amazon for like $7. But you, instead of it being a regular neck pillow, you stuff your clothes in there. It don't look any different. And, you can wear those around your neck. They don't count it as like an item. They even make, I didn't order any, and I don't think we're going to need them at this point. But that, like the puffy vests or whatever, what I'm talking about? You can get those, but they're empty. And the puffy parts, you can stuff clothes in. And it showed a guy, I mean, he put like 7 or 8 sets of clothes in there. And I was like, that would be neat. So.
But I think we've got it down to where we don't need.
Yeah.
We don't need that because we vacuum sealed clothes that we left down there and just put them in our owner lockers, and they fit fine. I mean, honestly, I think I could go right now and not need anything.
Yep.
But of course, really, we'll have to take camera stuff. But
yeah, really, all I'm taking is a couple cameras and a laptop, and really, I mean, that's
pretty much it.
So it makes it easy.
It's gonna be fun, interesting to see.
But this trip, I mean, we know what to expect for what. It's crazy because we're in South Carolina. I've been watching, the weather this week has been 10 and 12 and a couple times even 15 degrees cooler in Orlando than it is in South Carolina. It has been roasting here. It's been like 100 degrees, humid as you can imagine. And I think next week here it's going to calm back down into the 90s. But so we're basically very similar weather, if not hotter here. We just came back from the Contemporary a couple weeks ago, so we know what the weather's going to be. It's going to be hot. And we figured out, our sort of plan is go early, right around that lunchtime, whatever, go on back to the hotel or go do something, chill out, get cool. And then somewhere around that 5, 6 o'clock time when it's starting to cool back down, then go back to the park. And at least for Joanna, who is 7, it works good for her. And I mean, even us, I wouldn't want to be out in the middle of the park in the middle of the day because it would roast you. You know what I mean? So I understand why the crowds are pretty low.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to deal with all that.
There's not a lot of shade.
But we'll be at the French Quarter this time. Never been there before, so I'll check another one off the list. And then when we go in October, we said we weren't going to do it again, but I cannot find a hotel, or at least a reasonably priced hotel that's going to be there for the whole 10 days we're there. So we're going to have to stay like at one place for like 3 days, and then I think we'll end up at an All-Star for the final week, which I think I'd rather do it that way because last time we did it on purpose, but we were there for almost a week and then we switched, but we'd already kind of like got all our stuff moved in and all that. This time it's going to kind of suck because we got those owner's lockers and we'll have all that stuff out and then we're going to put it back up. But there's not I think unless you get into like the $500-$600 a night range, that's none of the cheaper hotels has like the whole 10 days open. And I guess I should have booked it sooner, but I would have never thought it would have filled up so quick. So
yeah. Oh, well.
That's what I'm learning with these flights and with the hotels. They are not very sporadic. They're not good for us being like, hey, let's run to Disney in a week or two because the flights are already sky high for the most part. I've worked my way around that, but sometimes the hotels have been full. That's why we stayed off site. I think it was in February or whatever because there was nothing. Absolutely nothing to be had. And I was like, great. And it was cool because we only spent like $80 a night and we were right down the road, but it just wasn't the same feel. And I ain't saying I wouldn't do it again.
Because I would.
But it was just different.
Yep. Our schedule's a lot calmer this time.
Well, I think we've settled into we're going enough. And we still do a lot, but we don't have to do every single thing every single time. Like, I'm cool. Like, we hadn't rode Guardians in a trip or two. I'm okay with that. We had, there's just certain things we'll do or not do, and it's okay. This time we probably won't eat like at the boardwalk. I'm sure we'll end up back there, but we won't. It's for a while I was hung on. We'd always ride the Skyliner to the Art of Animation because that was like the first hotel we stayed in. We've quit doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just it wastes time if you hadn't got multiple days. But I mean, we do try to like occasionally ride the Skyliner if we're not staying at one of the resorts. But I think I want to stay. We hadn't stayed at Pop Century.
I know it. I want to.
We've stayed at Art of Animation plenty of times.
But is that where we're staying at in August or maybe?
I think we're going to be at All Star Movies. I think. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm still playing with that plan.
Gotcha.
In August, we'll do the behind the scenes tour.
I'm excited about that.
And we'll get to go down into the utilidors. That'll be fun.
Yep. And my mom's going with us this time because you can't take kids.
In August, yeah. And we're going to do I'm still working out in my head how I'm going to do it, but we're going to be there for the first night of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
So excited.
So we're going to live stream it. But I also want to get a good video out of it. So I'm torn on, do we do our dual camera live stream or do we pass the live stream off to each other and the other one video while one's live streaming? I don't know yet. And that may be what we do. We'll figure it out.
It's whatever.
But it's going to be hot.
But I was really shocked at how, it was hot, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was going to be a lot hotter a couple weeks ago when we went than what it was. It was hot, but it wasn't like...
Well, I guess what it was people made it out to be so much worse than here, and it was identical. You know what I mean? It was the exact same. And even people down there would be like, oh, South Carolina, and they'd say, is it way hotter down here? No, it's the same, exact same. Like degree. Yeah. And like I say, this week it's been...
hotter.
We've been in the low 100s here, and it's like high 80s, low 90s there. So it's super humid here too, like crazy humid. So I guess not that we're used to it, but being in it, it's not that big a deal.
True.
Whereas if we were used to like 70 degrees and then we go into 90 or 100, then we could probably freak. But or even like I know out west, there's not as much humidity and all that. You walk outside here and you're drenched in a second. So. Anyway. Yeah. But curious to see the 4th of July fireworks. That'll be good. And I'm hoping it's not super busy like everybody's saying. When I can get on there and book about any lightning lane I want early in the morning, even like Slinky Dog, and we got Tiana's for like 9 in the morning and all that, and that was not me. I forgot about the lightning lanes, and it hit me this afternoon, hey, I can go ahead and book lightning lanes. And I thought, well, let me just look and see if I could get anything, because I was like, I might not even get nothing. I start looking and like everything's available. And I was like, might as well get it.
Might as well. So,
what's the craziest thing we've ever seen at Disney? Disney. I don't even know. I'm trying to think.
Craziest thing?
One time I made a list. Hang on.
Telling you, this man and his list.
I love a good list. Here's my list I had made, because I was actually going to do it like a podcast on this. But last time we stayed at, this is not like a super crazy thing, but we had neighbors smoking some weed beside us at All Star Music a couple months ago.
It was bad.
It was, I was about ready to call down front and be like, somebody's going to get up here. But that's not the biggest thing. Let's see. For me, I'll tell you what, of my list. Well, no. Remember the teacups lady that said something they kept telling us you're not in the line anymore or something, and I went past her and she smarted something off. Remember that?
I do, but I can't remember what she said.
I can't either. For me, and I think got this on video. Of course, I didn't publish it, but I was in line for Pirates by myself one time. And this big group of people were just like facing each other on their phones and talking. And the line kept getting like 10 foot, 20 foot, 30 foot ahead of them. And I was behind them like, what do you do? But I didn't say anything the first time or two. The people behind me, the lady kept saying, hey, go. Well, finally, it got to where, I mean, these people were just stopped having a good old time, and the line was, I'm going to say 50, 60 feet in front of them. Like, let's go. And a cast member seen them and hollered at them, hey, come on. I don't remember what she said, but basically, like, go.
Get off your phone.
Yeah,
Go.
And they looked at her like she was crazy. This happened like 4 or 5 times in the queue of pirates. And I was ready to choke them. The lady behind me was really being vocal with them about it, like just going crazy. And I was talking to the people behind me like, I just can't believe, like, it's one thing to like try to book a lightning lane and get distracted and people get 10 foot in front of you, but this is like they're
like wrapped back around
way in front of them, and we get to the very front of the line about ready to get sorted to board, and they do it again. And the lady that normally says, like, how many's in your party or whatever, they were probably, I'm going to say 10, 15 feet from her, stopped. And she hollered at them and said, hey, come on. They didn't even acknowledge she spoke to them, and she screamed at them. And it caught, like, everybody around us off guard, but I don't blame her. I mean, it's like,
we got to keep this moving.
Yeah. And they look at her like, she's stepped on their toes or whatever. And I was just thinking, these people, what about your man? We rode Rise last time, and he was dressed like, he had the...
Oh, what did I keep calling him? Oh, the Karate Kid.
Yeah, this guy, you couldn't have messed up more things than this guy did. Dawn had already called him out early on, and I mean, I was watching him, but like, he didn't know what color he was standing on. He boarded the wrong ride vehicle.
The wrong seat. It was...
They didn't have their stuff buckled. They didn't take their bags off. Like, it slowed us down. It probably ended up the group behind us having to like stall them while it took, because they had to get off the ride and on a different cart because it was just
oh my God, it was so crazy. I told Jeremy, I was like, oh my Lord. Although another crazy thing is our last trip, the waitress who lost the people's debit card that was sitting beside us, she didn't care. Like, she was just weird. Like, she just kept going on about her business.
It was an older lady, and like, the people were beside us, and I overhear what's going on, and they gave her their card. She comes back and said, you didn't put a card in here. And they're like, no, we did. So he checks his wallet to make sure, and he's like, my card's not in my wallet. I know I put it in there. Well, she just walks off and like immediately goes and starts pouring tea or something for somebody. And I'm thinking, this don't add up. Like, if I was a waitress or waiter, whatever here,
I wouldn't be letting anybody else leave.
Immediately be tearing my little apron apart and going running back there and make sure I didn't drop it. She's pouring tea.
That was just weird.
So back then I was like, did I overhear that she lost y'all's card? And they were like, yep. So then after a minute or two, the guy gets up, and goes and looks for it himself. And I told the lady, did you look and see if she had ran it yet? So she logged in real quick. They didn't run it. So I was like, you might want to turn it off. So they turned it off. And, like, no manager came out, no nothing. The lady acted like she could about care less that she had lost these people's card. The guy had then walked and looked himself in the floor and everything else. And, and I don't want to get involved because it's not my ordeal, but I was thinking if that was my card, I'd have the manager, Mickey Mouse, everybody would be out here right now, and we'd be having a chat. And because literally the checkout station she had to walk to was like,
not even
15 feet away. Yeah. There's not many places this card could have went. So did she give it to somebody else or whatever?
That's what I think.
If that's the case, it had to have just happened. Go look real quick. But she's over there just out in La La Land.
Yeah, so that was probably one of the weirdest things I've seen.
That was very weird.
So. And
then, I mean, there's always like the stroller to the feet people and the people stopping in the middle of the walkway and all that sort of thing. Was it us or I think we were together. There was a group like fighting, hollering at each other. And this was like maybe last October. And it was like a crew of about 8 of them.
Maybe.
Just going ape on each other about something. And everybody was like waiting for security to roll up.
What in the world? But yeah. Probably some of the weirdest things.
I could only imagine some of the stuff that goes down there, though. I'll tell you something else that made me think of something I didn't tell you when I was looking at my pictures last night, and that is I stayed on this last trip. I stayed until everybody had left Magic Kingdom to get a shot of empty Main Street.
It looks good.
And I talked to security about it. They told me I could do it, and they told me what to do and all that. But there were strollers as they were clearing out each land. They were bringing empty Disney World strollers into the main hub there. I mean, like dozens of them. So I mean,
I thought people had to sign those out.
That's what I thought, but they just abandoned them. And in a couple of those pictures I took, there's strollers down Main Street just sitting there where they had pushed them out there or whatever.
Huh.
But I thought you had to like,
because they put your name on it.
yeah, or you get charged or something. But no, there was probably 24 strollers randomly being pushed by cast members, empty, you know,
That's
that people had
crazy.
just abandoned. So I don't know how that works. I meant to look it up.
I don't know. Who knows?
But that was a wild feeling walking out of Magic Kingdom as like the last person and like turning around and looking and there's nobody there except for you see a handful of security people and like they're like nighty night, you
Good
know.
night.
And even the security man, he's like, as soon as I radio and tell him you're out of here, he was like, all these maintenance crews and whatever is going to come out of the woodworks and start pressure washing and cleaning and doing whatever they do. And I was like, damn.
So I guess they'll be the ones to get all of the strollers up.
No, there were a couple ladies gathering them
Oh, okay.
between the time I went from like the hub to the Main Street area. So
That's crazy.
I guess they were.
Anyways.
Anyway,
It's hot.
it's been like low 100s, high 90s here this week. It's been awful, and I think today was the last of the really really hot. It's going to get back into the low to mid 90s now, but oof.
Air conditions can't keep up.
Air conditions can't keep up. You get in the car and about burn your tush on the seat and everything else. I don't know, and I have always loved summer, but the older I get, the more I'm a fall person because
I love fall.
I just like summer. I guess I originally liked it because I hated school and we were out of school and you could swim and go play and do all that stuff, but it's just so hot. I mean, it is hot.
Miserable hot.
So
Thank God I work inside.
it's warm.
I probably would have a heat stroke. Welcome.
I think I have re-perfected how I'm going to go live on TikTok and YouTube with my little gimbal setup. I got me a new little wraparound thing.
Oh.
Mainly because this one
It's not very stable.
I ordered off eBay, and they sent me a message and they refunded me like half the money because I was supposed to get black and I got like it's like aqua and then it turns
Goes
into like
a
green.
green.
But the threads are not right. Look, it won't screw all the way on. So I got two of them. The other one's that's still in Orlando. I would screw my Insta360 on there and we get on the Slinky Dog and I would think,
This thing's gonna go fly.
Insta360 gods, please don't let this thing sling off of here on the Slinky Dog because then what are we going to do? Because it was only like half screwed on and I thought, and it wasn't but a few bucks a piece, but I thought I might just get another one because
Yeah.
I've got a real good one, but I didn't want to leave it down there, so now I got a good one I can leave. I ordered it off Amazon. But anyway, I can wrap it around my gimbal thing and put the phone closer and do a TikTok and a YouTube because I
That'd
like
be
doing
good.
both if I can, but I think
That
it'll
would
work.
be good.
And then we just got to figure out. We may actually on this trip briefly play with the multi-camera
That's what I was
thing
gonna say. We need to practice or
because if we're going to do it at the Halloween party, we need to have it figured out.
we have a mad cat outside.
Yeah, I hear a cat. Meow. But anyway, so this will be our first 4th of July at Disney World. I think it'll be fun. It'll be our first trip to French Quarter. We've already been to Riverside. So that'll be fun.
And somebody's birthday.
It'll be my birthday, the 5th. And then I guess that's all the new stuff. We're eating at Tiffin's. We never ate at Tiffin's before. So that'll be new.
That'll be.
And what else? I guess that's all the main stuff. I'm
Is
gonna eat it.
Tiffin's lunch or breakfast?
We're doing lunch.
Lunch. Oh, okay. That'd be good.
But I like doing something new if I can, like on each trip.
Mm-hmm.
I want to eat at Yak and Yeti, but there's never any reservations available. I think there was one at like 4 o'clock. One of the days we're there, but like, what are we going to do at 4 o'clock?
True. We'll be starving again.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, we just wanted to say hey and talk about that trip. So we won't be live Thursday, or if we are, it'll just be for a minute because we'll be on the airplane and trying to get there and if anything, maybe we could go live when we walk over there to the Scat Cat and get our beignets or something when we get there and just say hey for a minute. But that's where we'll be next Thursday. We will be trying to live stream more than the last trip because we'll have fireworks, and I know we're doing a Phantasmic, and I don't know what else. So I definitely want to get the 4th of July fireworks recorded and live streamed. So stay tuned for that. And I guess if you know of any kind of videos you want us to make while we're there, feel free to let us know, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what video to make. I think the good videos this time is going to be, we'll be there the last day of Tom Sawyer Island and Riverboat.
Oh, people.
We'll get to do a video on the final day of the Riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island, so that'll be, I hate that that's going away. I really think they should have just put the stuff behind it.
I agree.
But anyway, I guess we'll see y'all. We'll probably try to pop in next Thursday just for a minute and say hey, but it'll be later. It'll be like 10 o'clock or something while we're enjoying delicious beignets at the French Quarter overlooking the Sassagoula River.